Hello everyone and welcome back to the Keye Team Sommelier Corner. This is just a quick little tasting video and a thank you. We did 3 summer tasting events this summer. We did aromatic whites, we did sparkling wines, and then last week we also did big reds. Today I'm actually featuring a bottle from last week's Big Reds tasting. We're going to be tasting the Greenock Creek Vineyard and Cellars Shiraz. Greenock Creek, they burst onto the wine scene. They've been around since the 1984, but they had 8 years in a row with 100-point wines with Wine Advocate. So a really great winemaker, clearly shows with the accolades that they're getting. They focus on Barossa Valley for the most part, which is very, very well known for growing Shiraz, as well as a few other grapes, but really known for its Shiraz output. They do only single vineyard as well, so all of their wines are going to be very terroir focused. And so that means that you're really getting what that area is trying to tell you through the wine. So they're very focused on making sure to translate that to the glass for you. So I will say, with the Big Reds tasting we did, the hosted tasting, it was challenging. We had 3 big reds, we had a Malbec, we had this Shiraz from Australia, and then we also had a California Cabernet. And another word for them could have been purple wines, because they're all very dark in color. As you can tell with this one, you can't actually see through it at all. Even the writing on the side of the glass, you can't really see through the glass, through the wine. So the big challenge with that was you had 3 purple wines. 2 of them had tannins. They all had pretty good alcohol. So how do you differentiate them, right? With the Malbec, it was with more violets and pretty flowers, as well as some herbs. With the California Cabernet, it was with cedar, pencil shavings, maybe mint. I like to say menthol because as a unfortunately former smoker, that's what I get when I have a California Cab, especially if it's on Howell Mountain or Sonoma Mountain, up on the mountains there. I get a little stronger of that menthol note than I do if it's on the valley. And lastly, of course, you have the Shiraz. Once again, similar to the other 2, higher alcohol, good tannin, purple in color, has a lot of similar characteristics with black fruit, but more pepperiness on the Shiraz. So, the fun little trick that we did at the tasting was we had some sharp white cheddar cheese, and with a bite of the cheese and a sip of the wine, each of those distinct indicators was showing up. So I took a bite of the cheese and a sip of the Malbec, and I got those herbs and violets. With the Cabernet, I got the cedar and the mint. And with the Shiraz, an unmistakable black pepper flavor and aroma once I had that bite of white cheddar cheese. So I've got 2 minutes left on this video. Let's go ahead and taste through this really quick. I'm going to try and use the deductive grid. I am doing it off memory, but we'll start with color. As we mentioned, the color is purple. It does have just a slight little magenta rim variation, but that's about it. It is a clear wine, no evidence of sediment in the wine at all. For fruits, immediately I'm getting black fruits, blackberry, black currant, black cherry, but also like a little underlying like juicy red cherry as well. On the nose, the fruit actually has like a ripe to overripe, maybe even dried character. Not overly surprising with the climate in Barossa, very warm there. I am getting some notes of cocoa, a little bit of some vanilla and allspice, probably notes of oak there, and a big note of black pepper kind of tickles the back of my nose. Let's go to the palate and see if we can confirm some of these flavors. On the palate, you definitely get that tannin, kind of puckers you up a little bit. You get lots of black fruit, definitely got blackberry, almost like a blackberry pie because of the dried character, jammy. Get some cocoa, definitely still getting some allspice. Getting a little like eucalyptus, so not quite the same as mint, but has that refreshing-ish character as you would with mint. And the pepperiness just kind of lasts on the tip of the tongue. but there's black pepper for sure, but a little white pepper in there too. And then I'm getting that sense of oak as well with some allspice and vanilla. And the tannins are kind of sandier tannins. They're gripping on my gums, you know, where you feel tannin, but they're, you know, they're not puckering me out like a Cabernet does, but they're, you know, they're astringent. They're making themselves known. Even while I'm talking, I can kind of feel them on the gums there. The acid is low on this. It doesn't really make you salivate, but the alcohol is on the higher side. And I am getting some plum, which is interesting to me because plum is, to me, a Malbec characteristic that I call out more often on that than I do on a Shiraz. But it's like a black, juicy plum along with that blackberry pie. So that's just a quick tasting note for you after the recap. Hopefully that's helpful for you. If you haven't made it to one of our tastings in this summer, hopefully you can come to one of our future tastings. If not, I'm also hosting Park City Wine Club that I've started through the Park City Wine Lovers Facebook group. So check those out. We're going to be trying to hold those on a monthly basis. They are a bit smaller, a little bit more low-key, but they've been a lot of fun so far. In fact, we have, for August, we have Italian night. So bring your favorite red or white Italian, and we're just going to talk about Italy a little bit. Thanks so much. Have a great day.